Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Leo September 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as September goes, the Sun will be in Virgo from the 1st until the 23rd. So the second house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on finances, monetary matters, resources, possessions, one's self-worth, one's self-esteem, income generated, and could also, given that this is Virgo energy, this may be done in a very systematic, methodical, organized manner. Could even be a little bit worrisome. It could be regarding matters with self-esteem and self-worth, but also making money can be done. That focus on it could be done with a lot of industry and hard work, but maybe even in a perfunctory type manner as well. Now, in some cases, this could shine the light, so to speak, on perhaps a Virgo possession. It could be something connected with diet or fitness, or just such as workout, fitness such as a workout equipment or some kind of dumbbell, anything that could be Virgo related. It could be a health related item. So anyway, well, the next thing up is as far as September goes, the Sun will be in Libra from the 23rd until the 30th. So the third house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, there could be a strong focus, concentration of energy and attention on communications, short journeys, siblings, cousins, neighbors, local transportation, communication, assimilating information, even early education, perhaps people that were prominent in the early education. Given that this is Libra energy, this may be done with a lot of balance, a lot of equilibrium, and also as far as communication goes, perhaps with a lot of intellectual sociability, bouncing ideas off others, but it could also be with a lot of ambivalence and indecision as well, given that this is Libra energy. Now, in some cases, this could shine the light, so to speak, on a Libra cousin, sibling, or neighbor. It could be a Libra Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra characteristics. And it could be a time too where you want to really, you might be really focusing and really perhaps even standing out in very balanced communications at this time. And even this could be very refined energy in activities with neighbors, really doing things that are very refined, perhaps with siblings, with cousins, neighbors, and anyway. And also the focus on tactful and diplomatic communications at this time as well. Next thing up, there will be a full moon in Pisces on September 13th, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, in some cases, this could be about the completion or culmination of some kind of metaphysical or spiritual transformation. At this time, it could be the ending of some kind of confounding or confusing crisis you may have been involved in. It could also be a time, too, where you might be ending perhaps a connection with a Pisces, and it could be somebody we're in an intimate relationship with or sexual relationship with. It could be a Pisces Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Pisces traits. It could be also a time where you become tired, exasperated, full, so to speak, and overly passive, indolent, ambivalent, even lethargic, deceptive, duplicitous person that you're in an intimate or sexual relationship with. It could be a shared resources situation with. It could be something where you became tired of some kind of duplicity in connection with a shared resources situation, and also too where you feel maybe you've completed leaving a Pisces type legacy at this time as well, such as being compassionate, self-sacrificing, imaginative, and altruistic. It could be a time too where there might be some deception that might have been revealed over maybe some insurance matter that you may have been involved in or something with taxes or some kind of credit card fraud you might have been subjected to at this time. So anyway, next thing up, there will be a new moon in Libra on September 28th. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be the beginning in some cases. Well, some of you may be welcoming. It could be a Libra sibling. It could be, I mean, if it's a Libra sibling, biological, it will be a Libra sun and moon person. If it's a new cousin maybe, or say if it's a neighbor that you may be welcoming, it could be a Libra sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies Libra traits. It could be a time where you might begin very balanced, fair communications at this time, and also too, you might find yourself at this time as well, perhaps beginning a Libra type writing or communication. It could be something connected with romance, with art, beauty, something pertaining to the law, something with legal matters, anything that could be Libra related, even a Libra type sport such as tennis or gymnastics, something that requires some kind of balance and equilibrium. So anyway, and also about the time, it could be about peaceful negotiations in some cases with neighbors if you had, or cousins or siblings, people you knew from your early education, if there's been any animosity toward them, or you've had some kind of contentious situation with any of those people. Next thing up, Mercury will be in Virgo as far as September goes, from the 1st until the 14th. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. And at this time, you might be being very mentally, you might be formulating some financial plans in very systematic and methodical fashion. It could also be a lot of pensive thinking, really, in some worrisome thinking in some cases over your monetary matters, your resources, but also spending. Could also be about, at this time as well, a lot of critical, judgmental communications with people that are prominent at the place you generate income with, your possessions, your resources, and also derogatory, derisive, and negative communications may impact one's self-esteem and self-worth at this time. Remember, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Virgo traits that might have some kind of impact on your finances, your resources, your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, matters with buying and selling, and whether they have they're more to your detriment or whether they're beneficial. A lot of this could be predicated independent, of course, on aspects as makes the points in your chart. If it makes, say, a positive aspect to your natal Jupiter, then it could actually be very auspicious. If it makes an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, they might actually be more, might be impacting you in a negative way, very adversely in terms of matters with your possessions and your finances, especially, and even your self-worth and self-esteem. Next thing up, Mercury will be in Libra as far as September goes, from the 14th until the 30th. So at this time, the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, it's going to be about a lot of balanced communications with siblings, with cousins and neighbors, and also very tactful and diplomatic ones. You might be talking about matters with refinement with third house people. And also at this time, this could be about discussions of legal matters, perhaps with cousins, siblings, neighbors, people that were prominent in your early education. It could also be a time too where it could be Libra siblings, they could be Libra sun, moon, or ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Libra traits that might figure more prominently in your short journeys, your daily communications, local transportation. At this time, matters with your neighbors as well. And given that you're talking about Mercury in the third house, you may be more voluble, more loquacious than usual, because you're talking about Mercury in its accidental dignity. And at the same time too, it could be about a lot of intellectual sociability with third house people, but talking about perhaps manifold subjects at this time as well, since you are talking about the third house, and the third house is associated with Gemini in astrology. So anyway, Well, last but not least, Venus will be in Virgo as far as September goes, from the 1st until the 14th. So the second house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, this could be about a lot of frugal spending, even parsimonious spending, if you will, on your resources, your possessions, and it might even be spending on health matters to impact your self-worth and self-esteem. Hold on a minute, people. And if you're unattached at this time, Leo, you may connect with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics that might have a strong impact on your self-esteem, your self-worth, perhaps matters with buying and selling, your income, your revenue, your finances at this time. It could also be a time where you value reliability, punctuality, dependability, and even frugality in second house matters, such as making money, matters with your possessions, your resources, and also putting value in these things and in really having even the enjoyment of just basic Virgo things like being punctual, dependable, reliable, and being somebody that can be dependent on, and someone that's very helpful, service oriented, but not in an officious or unwanted way, might do wonders to how you feel about yourself at this time. So those are some things to look at as far as this goes in this transit, how it may manifest. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Leo September 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Leo September 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, what have you, and make an analysis of a person astrologically speaking based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.